Hi, today I'm going to chat to you about walking around bare feet and wearing slip-flops. I just found myself that now with the social isolation and with the lockdown period that I'm more barefoot and more in slip-flops. First, I would just like to have to state this disclaimer that the opinion on my Instagram page is my opinion, and I base it on my experience of working in this profession for very many years and seeing very many painful feet and different people. It is not the opinion of my profession, and it is not the opinion of any board that I'm a member of. So it's purely my opinion. I'm also not claiming that I can treat anyone or heal anyone or anything like that. I'm just sharing with you my thoughts. Then the second disclaimer is that I'm not advocating people to run around in slip-flops or to run around bare feet regardless. I'm going to give you advice now when and how and all of that. But seeing that we live in a tropical climate, I'm not going to fool myself that people don't wear slip-flops. I mean, myself, as I know all the negatives about it, wear slip-flops all the time. So I'm going to give you the top tips, the secrets of wearing slip-flops and walking around bare feet, so that your feet don't get sore. If you already have sore feet, it's not advisable to walk around bare feet on hard surfaces or to wear slip-flops, and I'll get into that now. Just quick on bare feet. I know we were born to walk around bare feet, but we were born to walk around bare feet on grass. Oh, nearly the camera fell over there. On grass and sand and all of that, and wood. If you've been in shoes for most of your life and now all of a sudden you're going to go barefoot on your hard concrete floor on tiles, you are bound, and you haven't strengthened your intrinsic foot muscles, you are bound to going to end up with foot pain. So it's really important that you careful with walking around bare feet. And it's actually now the time, now that we're all at home and we've got time, to start maybe with your foot exercises. But I will do a post specifically on foot exercises, and I'll do it soon, that we can start with those foot exercises and strengthen our feet so that we can spend more time walking around bare feet. Okay, I'm just going to move the camera because you're going to, for the rest of the post, you're going to look at my feet and at my shoes. Okay, let's just get this sorted out here. Okay, so here you can see my slip-flops. The whole problem with slip-flops are the fact that you're gripping with your toes when you are walking. So we were designed to walk, if we look at the way you walk, to walk heel, pushing through the big toe. And that's the way, that's the action that we should follow when we are walking. We should not be gripping. We were designed to follow a certain pattern when we are walking. So what happens is that a slip-flop doesn't complement that pattern, because what happens, you end up gripping with your toes. And as soon as you're going to grip with your toes, you're going to change the position of your foot. And often also when you grip with your toes, you're actually turning your foot out. So then you will start placing more stress on certain structures and certain soft tissue structures. And that is then what causes the pain and what starts the pain. So what I always say about wearing slip-flop, or well, about any shoe, is dress for the activity. If you're going to spend your day running around at home, spending a few hours in the kitchen, it's not advisable to wear slip-flops, because what happens with slip-flops, it doesn't only change the position of the foot, but because everything's connected in your body, it will also change the position of your ankle, it will change the position of your knee, it will change the position of your hips, it can cause lower back pain. There's a whole range of problems that slip-flop can cause. So what I always tell people is listen to your body. Your body will tell you whether it likes to walk around bare feet, when it wants to walk around bare feet, on what surfaces it would like to walk around bare feet. And that's exactly the same with slip-flops. Now all the slip-flops that I've got here, I've covered the names in masking tape, because obviously I'm not promoting any brands. This is not a medical shoe. You must understand it very clearly. I'm not advocating you to wear these shoes, but seeing if you have these shoes in the cupboard, I just want to give you some advice. Now, these are my two favorite pairs of slip-flops. You can see they offer not really any support, and they do change the position of my foot. So if I wear them for a long time, I do have certain aches and pains. What happens here, as soon as I put the slip-flop on, you're going to see I'm going to grip with my toes. Also, these straps after a while tend to wear out. So what I've started doing is replacing my slip-flops on a regular basis. You can see these two slip-flops are not really worn out. Look, these are worn out because I had a tin of paint also that I dropped on them. But the whole thing is that as soon as this wears out, then it's not going to offer me any support. And you can see here how look at that gap there. Also, look what happens when I stand in them. My feet straight away start changing position and my feet start rolling in. So that is why it's not always advisable. Unfortunately, my newer slops with the straps actually broke off underneath, and well, now I'm stuck with these two for a while. If you look at these slops, which are really fancy and very pretty, but the problem is at least these, oh, that's another thing that I want to chat to you about. The cushioning in this shoe, I find there's others with different designs that is more cushioning, and I find the ones that are more cushioning, they actually cause my foot to collapse in even more. So I always test that the shoe is not too soft, because if it's too soft, the softer it is, the more my foot's going to collapse in. On the other side with this shoe here, this is made out of a hard plastic. So basically every time when I walk, it's a much heavier shoe, and every time I walk, I actually bash my foot even harder. I can't unfortunately wear these shoes. My body doesn't allow me to wear these shoes because I get back pain. I'm not saying these shoes cause back pain. In my body, it changes the position of my foot, and that causes me then to experience discomfort. So these shoes are known to, I can't wear them. I don't find them comfortable. These shoes here, I've also, when I put this shoe on, well, this is not my favorite design in any case. I wouldn't wear them. But what happens is that my entire foot collapses in like that. So can you see what happens as my foot is collapsing in like that? It puts more pressure on that area there. So yeah, I don't wear these shoes. So these are the type of things that you need to look at when you wear a pair of slops. These are slops. I'm not advocating you to go and buy them, but what makes this slop better, can you see it's higher in the back than in the front, and it's got a slightly contoured footbed, and the bonus is it actually has a bottle opener underneath. But that's from my perspective, is the bottle opener is actually helping because it's giving you the support right in that area there, but you can decide what you want to do with the bottle opener. So this shoe here, look, this is a men's slop, but it does offer more support high in the front than in the back, but obviously mine, as you can see, is just the same throughout. So that is my take on slip slops, is really to wear it whenever you're not going to do a lot of standing and running around. And yeah, when it comes to bare feet, I also find that walking around bare feet is that you it places too much stress on your feet. So I would walk around bare feet for short periods. I would walk around bare feet like if I'm outside on the grass or if I'm on my deck, but I won't walk around bare feet when if I'm going to stand in the kitchen for a few hours. And just while we're on the deck, one of my favorite things to do, and I'll get back to that when I get back to the foot exercises, is this is just a very basic foot exercise. Whenever I come out on my deck, I always curl my toes around like that. You can see it here, because what happens is that, and then to grip and to relax, and to grip and to relax, that helps to strengthen my transverse arch over that part of my foot. And you can also see as I'm gripping like that, look what happens here on the side. Can you see how the side of my foot actually pulls up? Maybe the side here is better because you can see with the sun how that's pulling up. So as I'm doing that, I'm activating this muscle here, and this is already one of the first exercises that I do. Another favorite that I do is I actually put my foot on this stone just to try and stretch it.